quick confession, as a business owner, one of my biggest mindset battles has been spending money on hiring help. Startup costs, hiring employees, even when I knew it was the right move, it still felt like a way bigger pill to swallow than it should. So a few days ago, I'm mid-workout listening to a podcast and it hit me square in the face. Like most of us, I've been trained to measure price and not value. And for high earners, this money mindset can keep you stuck for years because you'll protect cash and accidentally sacrifice the things that really drive growth. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm your financial advocate, Ethan Ho, certified financial planner. I'm also a business owner. I work with high earners who want to get organized, make better financial decisions, and retire with confidence. So I want to plant an idea right now that's going to tie this entire video together. I want you to treat your personal finances like a business. And I definitely don't mean turn your life into spreadsheets and never have fun. I mean, a business has a system. A business tracks numbers. A business makes intentional decisions. And most importantly, a business doesn't try to do everything with the founder's time forever. At some point, you hire help because you understand that the true bottleneck, it isn't money, it's capacity. So here's what we're gonna do today. First, I'm gonna break down why spending money on help can feel so painful, even for smart, disciplined people. Second, I'm gonna give you a quick story that gives the price versus value idea impossible to unsee. Then I wanna show you how this shows up in your money life, and why financial planning is weirdly hard to buy, and then what my clear financial planning process does, but just in plain English. And at the end, I'll give you one question that you can use anytime you're on the fence so you can cut decision paralysis in half. So when I first started my firm, spending on startup costs felt brutal. Software, legal, branding, compliance, all of it felt like potentially lighting money on fire because it didn't guarantee success. And hiring was even harder because payroll is not just a one-time cost, it's commitment, it's ongoing responsibility. And I remember the first time hiring someone, I felt sick hitting send on payroll. Not because I didn't have the money, but because I couldn't prove the ROI yet. And I've done this on coaching or education in general too. I spent 10 grand on a coaching program that I could easily tie directly to revenue. And I've also spent way more than that on long-term learning like college, where I know it helped me, but the ROI or value derived from it is messy to understand. And that's when I realized the real issue isn't money, it's how money trains our brains. Money makes price feel objective. Price is simple, it's a number, but value is personal, and sometimes it's impossible to measure in the moment. That's why high earners can hesitate to hire help early on, because hiring help is paying a certain cost today for an uncertain payoff later. So oftentimes you'll keep doing everything yourself and call it being responsible. But many times this is just fear dressed up as logic. And here's the part that matters, even if you are not a business owner. Your life still has operations, your life still has cash flow, your life still has risk, and your life still has goals. So even if you don't run a business, you should still run your personal finances like one. Think about the things a high earner may hesitate to hire in their personal life. A house cleaner, laundry service, a meal prep or a cook, childcare support, an assistant, a trainer, a therapist. None of those are hard to price, but the value is harder to measure because the value is time, energy, reduced stress, better relationships, better health, better focus at work. And those benefits, they compound, but they don't show up on a receipt. So what do we do as humans? We fixate on price, the thing that's measurable. That feels emotional. So quick question to ask yourself, what do you still do yourself that you know you shouldn't be doing, but you keep doing it because paying for help feels too expensive, not because you like doing it? So here's a quick example. You're locked out of your house and a locksmith might charge you $250 to get in. For one person, that could feel insane. And for the other person, it could feel priceless because their baby is inside, or they're running late and about to miss a flight, or they forgot the stove on and are about to burn down their entire house. Same price, different perceived value. That is the point. Value depends on your life, your goals, and what problem you are actually solving. So here's the mindset shift I want you to adopt. Stop asking, is this expensive? Start asking, what does this make possible? What does it give me back? Is it time, focus, confidence, consistency, or better decisions? And listen here, if you are a high earner, this matters even more because your most limited resource isn't usually money, it's attention. And attention is the thing that your income depends on. And this is exactly why financial planning is hard to buy early, because planning doesn't feel like buying something tangible. You're not buying a TV, you're not buying a car, you're buying a system, you're buying a process, you're buying better decisions, and ultimately you are buying fewer mistakes. So if you treat your personal finances like a business, here's what that really means. You become the CEO of your life, but you also need a CFO, someone to help you see the numbers clearly, someone to help you build the operating system, someone to help you pressure test decisions before they become expensive. Because most high earners, they don't have an income problem, they have a system problem. Meanwhile, investment management fees can feel easier to justify because it's tied to a number on the statement. This is why I believe asset-based fees have become the primary way that advisors charge for their service. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's legible. Paying for direct planning is more like I pay this and my whole life gets a lot cleaner. And that value is real. It's just not instantly visible. We do investment management for our clients, and it can be a fair pricing model based on their complexity. But we also believe that you shouldn't be locked out of good advice just because you don't have the assets yet. Because the earlier you build the system, the more it compounds. And if you're watching this and you're a high earner, you don't need more money hacks, you need an operating system. So here's what we've built to solve this. A 90-day process with an extra bonus 90 days designed for high earners who want to treat their personal finances like a business. And the goal is simple. By the end of 90 days, you're not just more informed. You have a plan in place with a system that actually runs. So here's how it works. Phase 1 is planning, where we use our clear planning process. Think of this like building the blueprint before you build the house. Because most high earners, they don't fail because they are lazy. They fail because they are running on defaults. And the clear planning process is how we replace defaults with decisions. During this phase, we organize your financials and establish your baseline. You walk away knowing things in plain English, like where all your money is going, what your savings rate is, what accounts you have and why, your current investment allocation, how your money is positioned for taxes, Roth, pre-tax, or taxable, and the biggest blind spots that could be quietly costing you. Then we build a real-life strategy customized around your situation that you can actually stick to. A spending plan that allows you to enjoy life guilt-free while funding your future automatically. And we map out the key pillars and guardrails: cash flow and buffers, a simple investment plan, risk management, insurance benefits protection, an account structure so the whole system is clean and intentional. And this is where it's not what you make, but what you keep becomes real. Because now your money has a job and a clear purpose. Phase 2 is implementation, and this is where we're different. Because we don't just hand you a PDF and wish you luck. Because by the end of the planning phase, you'll know exactly what to do and you get to choose how to best execute. Option 1 is DIY. We give you the step-by-step implementation plan and tools, and you run it with an additional 90 days of support. Option 2 is done with you. We help you implement it together and then manage it ongoing. Either way, implementation looks like automated saving and investing, setting up the account structure, aligning investments to the strategy, setting up tracking and organization, and creating a repeatable rhythm so you stay on track. The point is, you leave with a system that runs, not a plan that sits. Phase 3 is recalibration, because life changes. And this is for clients who choose to work with us on an ongoing basis. You get a forward-looking roadmap and a cadence for check-ins. So when life happens, job changes, buying a home, moving, having kids, the market drops, you don't spiral. You know what to adjust, you know what matters, and you know who to call. And honestly, one of the most valuable parts is the part that people don't talk about. You get the space for non-judgmental money conversations, to ask the questions you've been avoiding, to uncover blind spots, to lean into your strengths, to protect against your weaknesses, and to stop carrying money stress alone. That's not fluff, that's decision quality. And high income does not guarantee success, but good decisions do. So if you're hesitating to hire help, any kind of help, here's the truth. Your brain is trained to evaluate price, but your life, it's shaped by value. And if you want to treat your personal finances like a business, you have to stop being the CEO who's always doing payroll, customer service, janitor work. Because your biggest risk isn't paying for help too early. It's waiting so long that your bad defaults become your lifestyle. Because once your defaults become your lifestyle, it's way harder to change. So if you want help building your money operating system, I've got 3 options for you. They are all linked below. First, go to our website, clawcapitalpartners.com. We've got free resources and guides that can help you start organizing and building your system today. Second, join our free school community. That's where I share current information, new resources, and answer questions. Because you don't just need motivation, you need tools to keep the system alive when motivation disappears. And finally, if you want to explore working together, you can schedule a one-on-one discovery call. It's a short call to see if my clear planning process fits what you need, and if not, I'll point you in the clear next best step. And as usual, I gotta say it, nothing in this video is investment, tax, or legal simple advice. Your situation is unique. Talk to your trusted professional before acting on anything. So let me know in the comments below, where do you feel like you get stuck most? Is it planning, implementing, or on the recalibrating? And with that, I'll see you in the next video.